I've added some ferric chloride, MG Chemicals part number 415 1 liter, which is an etching solution, copper etchant. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to place our nicely printed circuit board here into the etching solution and just let it float on top. It'll take a few minutes for everything to start working. Basically agitate it a little bit so that get all the air bubbles out from under, and you should see the circuit board start to come through as soon as the etching process starts. This should take maybe 10-15 minutes, and should come out with something that looks a lot similar to this, but printed in a mirror fashion. Check on it. You should be able to see it start to get a nice shiny color there on the copper. Put it back in there. Nice little bit of tape helps a lot. I found that on the internet watching videos on YouTube. Give it a little bit of agitation. And watch it float some more. And these chemicals are reusable, so you can use them over and over again. Although after you do etch multiple boards, you end up, the etching process takes a little longer the more the chemicals have been used. But they are reusable. You can use this same process to make any sort of board you would like. Let's actually think about making a business card the same way. If I do, I may possibly make another video. So I'll give that about 5 minutes to sit, and I'll be right back. Still a bit of etching to do, but you can see it's turning all nice and shiny pink color. Yeah, there we go. You can actually tell that it's begin to start etching. See that it's actually coming through the circuit board now. If you look around the edges, you can tell that it is coming through, bleeding through. be careful with this ferric chloride. It will stain anything it touches. Not to mention it's also corrosive. You can actually see from this side, you can actually see through the board as it's being etched away. Still has a little more time. It's turning out quite nicely though. Just agitate it a little bit. Make sure the chemicals are flowing in a nice bath. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Still have some areas around the edges, around the inside edges that need to etch a little more. A little bit of agitation. Ferric chloride on my gloves here. That's the reason I use the gloves. You don't want to get that on your skin, or on anything else for that matter, because it will stain. You can see when it's in the ferric chloride bath over here, you can see some of the cloudy areas from the backside that still need to be etched. Just a little while longer. See cloudy areas around it here, up in here, a little down around in this area. Anything that still looks cloudy still needs to be etched. Well, it looks like it's almost done. I don't see any more. I don't see any more areas on there that still need to be etched. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. A couple more seconds. Alright, it looks like this board is ready to be washed and cleaned. See there? See Arduino S3 version 3 release 2 2008 www.arduino.cc. Auto reset enabled. Read all the nice little numbers. As much of the etching solution off as I can. Alright, be right back. Alright, now we're back. Now the next thing we do is you have your board, you're all etched, and you get kind of a green color because you still have that photoresist on your board. Now what I do is I take a little bit of your standard rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and I just put it in a container similar to what I've been using before. Just a little bit in there. And dip your board right back in it. Agitate it a little bit. Get the alcohol flowing over the board here. This is just standard rubbing alcohol. You have to be careful. It is flammable because it is alcohol. Take another sponge brush. You could just start wiping away the resist. It should just start to come off. Just a little bit at a time. You can actually see it start to come off in the middle there. A little bit more alcohol on your brush. Get the edges. The edges are always a pain. You can actually take the tape off now since we're not messing with anything too dangerous. It's just standard rubbing alcohol. A bit more alcohol in here. Should start to clean up really nicely. And again, this is just standard rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. Now MG Chemicals says that you can leave this resist on the board and you can just solder right through it, but I like to remove it. It makes the board look a little nicer. And after you are finished with the board, you can actually go through another step in the process, which I don't have the chemicals for, but you can go through another step in the process and tin the board. Gives it a little bit of extra protection. Nice and clean. I believe we have all of the resist off of the board. You can see what a nice board it makes. And once again, I'm going to rinse off the board with cold water.